Hi, I'm Kyle, and welcome back to Bedtime Verses with Kyle. Just a little poetry to help you get ready for bed. Tonight we're going to do something Greek for Folio Friday, since we had Ulysses and the Siren, got me in the mood. So I'm actually going to read a section from Oedipus the King, or Oedipus Rex, by Sophocles. A wonderful play about a terrible story about a man who murders his father and marries his mother. Doesn't know, finds out, puts out his own eyes. So Oedipus has just found out, and I'm actually going to read The Messenger. So in Greek drama, they tended not to show the action they described. It very different from what we have now, but leads to some great speeches. So the messenger comes back in, and he's quite distraught. My lords, most honored citizens of Thebes, what deeds am I to tell of, you to see? What heavy grief to bear, it still remains your native loyalty to our light of kings. For not the Ister, no, not the faceless flood, could purify this house. Such things it hides, such others will it soon display to all. Evils self-sought. Of all our sufferings, those hurt the most that we ourselves inflict. And the chorus mirrors them, sorrow, sorrow. And they say, what new sorrow do you bring? And the messenger says, quickest for me to say and you to hear. It is the queen, Jocasta. She is dead. Jocasta dead, but how? What was the cause? By her own hand. Of what has passed, the worst cannot be yours. That was to see it. But you shall hear, so far as memory serves, the cruel story. In her agony, she ran across the courtyard, snatching at her hair with both her hands. She made her way straight to a chamber. She barred fast the doors and called on Laius, these long years dead, remembering their bygone procreation. Through this did you meet death yourself, and leave to me the mother child-bearing accursed to my own child, she cried aloud, upon the bed where she had borne a double brood, husband from husband, children from a child. And thereupon she died, I know not how. For groaning, Oedipus burst in, and we watching him, saw not her agony, and how it ended. He, ranging through the palace, came up to each man, calling for a sword, calling for her whom he had called his wife, asking where she was who had borne them all, himself and his own children. So he raved, and then some deity showed him the way, for it was none of us that stood around. He cried aloud, as if to someone who was leading him. He leapt upon the doors, burst from their sockets the yielding bars, and fell into the room. And there, hanged by the neck, we saw his wife, held in a swinging cord. He, when he saw it, groaned in misery, and loosed her body from the rope. When now she lay upon the ground, awful to see was that which followed. From her dress he tore the golden brooches that she had been wearing, raised them, and with their points struck his own eyes, crying aloud that they should never see what he had suffered and what he had done, but in the dark henceforth they should behold those whom they ought not, nor should recognize to whom he longed to see. To such refrain he smote his eyeballs with the pins not once, not twice, and as he smote them, blood ran down his face, not dripping slowly, but there fell showers of black rain and blood-red hail together, not on his head alone, but on them both, husband and wife. This common storm has broken. Their ancient happiness of early days was happiness indeed, but now today, death, ruin, lamentation, shame, of all the ills there are, not one is wanting here. Yikes! Yep, it's worth putting your own eyes out for. Some more stuff goes on. He shows up, eyes all popped and nasty. Woo! Intense! Those Greeks sure knew how to put together drama. Thanks again for joining me for Bedtime Verses with Kyle. You can follow me here, subscribe to my YouTube and my website, and there'll be new readings every weekday night at 11 p.m. Good night, sleep tight, and don't, poke out your eyes. I mean, the internet can do that.